saying, hey, everybody give me your opinions, we've learned is the wrong action.
Right.
You know, it's one thing to empower your employees. So like we always subscribe to the fact that who's ever working in the position probably has the idea of what might make something simpler. Like I've always used the example of, you know, you have a computer screen. In the afternoon, the sun comes up, shines in the window and blocks your eyes. And if the computer screen was just raised 2 inches up on a riser, then it wouldn't block the sun in my eyes and I could see the patients coming in the door. Well, that person who sits in that seat every day, I would never know that. They would be the ones that would say, instead of complaining, the sun's in my eyes, would say, hey, if I had a riser, they have great ideas. So we always ascribed that people could have bright ideas. Now, here's another thing that I made the mistake on. This is early on, again, in Pennsylvania. Working off that idea, which is people have ideas, instead of waiting for them to generate the ideas, I thought I will meet with everybody every 2 weeks and ask them their ideas. It sounds great, doesn't it sound great? So I remember, I think at that point, maybe we had 12 people. After the second time of doing this, I was like, I am exhausted of hearing everything. It was like all of a sudden I was being given a to-do list. Like, okay, I need to do this, I need to do this for this person. I remember saying to you, this is not the way to do this. That's right. How the bright idea got formed.
That was
I was
a great
like,
thing.
this is not, I would come out of these 20-minute meetings with like, this person would feel so good because they just gave me 7 things to do to make their life easier. And I was like, how did this meeting turn into this thing? So saying, hey, everybody give me your opinions, we've learned is the wrong action.
Right, that bright idea form that we put in.
It's so brilliant.
Really, it did a lot of things. One, it didn't infringe on our schedule. Because we would get it in writing, and if it wasn't complete enough that we could say yes or no to it, we'd send it back to the person and say, I don't have enough information.
Yep.
And I remember the perfect time, the one time I went, that was perfect. I remember we had an employee in Pennsylvania who thought we should look more professional, we should wear scrubs.
Okay, yep.
And I was like, do a bright idea. So I got this bright idea, and there it was. This is 3 different companies that sell scrubs for medical practices. This is what it would cost at this company if you had the logo on it and if you had the name of each employee on it. And then here's the same thing for the other 2 companies. And my suggestion is go with this company and go with the logo and not the names. And I was like, it's perfect. And I signed it. That's all I had to do. I put it back. And then I came in 2 weeks later and everybody's wearing scrubs. It was perfect.
It's perfect. You know, so let me say that when that form was,
and it looked better too.
When that form was born, we realized that. Well, I realized when I was sitting in the room and asking opinions of everybody. But when I was like, give me your opinions, I'm doing all the effort and the work and making it happen. I realized something was backwards. Because if somebody has an idea and it's really meaningful to them and they actually want to make it happen, they're going to pull the bright idea out and they're going to do what it takes. So many times people might have 10 ideas, but they don't really mean that much. But if they can just say to somebody, do all this stuff, then they get something done. But if they have to actually get out and write up their ideas and do the background research, sometimes they go, you know what, I don't even need this. This isn't even worth it. And what it did was, it actually brought forth the bright ideas that actually would make a difference because the person would go through the effort. And AMI actually gives you this form. It's a bright idea form. It's part of our HR process that when you're an AMI client, you get this form. But it takes away all of that, everybody's opinions and everything you should be doing. It's literally like, write it up. And if it's really important to them, they'll write it up. And if it's not, they won't. And then it's not on your plate anymore.
And I realized over the years, a lot of times we had people come to us in the name of help, really trying to like throw somebody under the bus or get something their own way. And the biggest thing I think we've learned over the years is first thing you look at when somebody's coming and giving you advice is their stats.
You're correct.
If their stats are up and soaring, then you listen to them. But if their stats are down and they're giving you advice about somebody else.
Isn't that what happened this week?
Yeah.
We had somebody who had, well, first of all, we decided, let's let the person just whatever they needed to do. So it was, 15 minutes, not even a breath, of every complaint in the book. Mind you, their stats are low, they're not producing, and they had this litany of stuff. And I remember standing there going, wow, this is textbook. This is textbook, which is, my stats are down, let me tell you how you're so wrong. It was so textbook. So we were done, I was like, wow, that was textbook. You know what I mean? Like, kind of thing. So, which just reaffirmed what you just said. If somebody has an idea or somebody has an opinion on something, if their stats are up and they're doing well and producing well for the company, they probably do have something to offer.
Yeah, it's funny, I'm laughing because when I was in college, one of my friends that got me into lifting weights, he's like, when you're in the gym, everybody's gonna give you advice. Just look at the guy, and if he looks like you wanna look, then listen to it. Otherwise, don't listen to his advice.
That was the best piece of advice.
And I was like, Wow, that's pretty good. That's the same thing in
piece of-
business.
Yeah, that's what as they say. Don't take weight loss advice from somebody who's maybe
Chunky.
chunky. That's right, exactly. Like you call Molly. We have a dog named Molly, right? And Molly,
Yeah.
she's so sweet. But you call her chunky. Don't call girls chunky.
Oh, you got her doing the
Don't
steps with me now.
Don't be calling girls chunky, okay?
She's starting to slim down.
I know.
She's doing those steps.
Yeah, I know. Good, yeah.